Hello everyone, welcome to the 12th of a series of guides for each world in Kingdom Hearts 1. In this episode, part 1 of the first visit to Hollow Bastion. I do want to note before we start that this is the first part of the first visit to Hollow Bastion, and we'll be covering up to the first fight with Maleficent here, with the rest coming in the next video. This is just to make sure I'm not overwhelming people with how much I'm covering at once, since the footage for this first visit is nearly an hour long, and that's with me rushing through the game with no cutscenes for the Unchanging Armor and Speedster trophies. Anyways, let's jump into it. There's a mandatory dialogue cutscene right at the start here to introduce you to kind of the final boss world. After you get through this dialogue, jump your way across these platforms up to the archway above, and then skip or watch the cutscene. Jump over to this platform and wait for it to rise, then jump onto the next one and repeat to get up to this platform. Then walk over here to take a machine to Hollow Bastion. Head over to the right here and examine this thing to go down. Now note that you won't be able to deal any damage to these Heartless as you're stuck with your wooden sword again. As usual, I won't be calling out defeating Heartless unless you have to, but I would recommend at least not defeating any unless you absolutely have to, until you have your Keyblade back. Beast is very strong and can take them out, but I would just recommend avoiding these Heartless. Walk over and jump in this bubble. You'll find a save point in this new area, and then you'll want to use Call to have Beast break this wall and jump into the next bubble in that room. You will then be in a kind of maze. You want to push this button on the wall first, then the one in the center here. Go to the right and push this one, and then finally push the one behind the gate that opened up and jump into the next bubble. Then push the button on the wall, which will elevate you upwards. In this hallway, you'll need Beast to defeat this defender to be able to activate the final button, which opens the castle gate. Jump back down into the bubble, and then click these buttons in the opposite order as before, and head back the way you came in. Free this bubble, and then the first bubble back to the outside. Then you'll need to take this elevator back up, which will probably require you to have Beast to clear out the Heartless here. Then run up to the castle door and go inside. Boss fight number 1 time, and Riku is here, and you get your Keyblade back during this fight. I don't really have much to say for this fight, to be honest. He doesn't have a lot of health, and his attacks are pretty simple. You can basically just get away with dodge rolling, guard, the normal swing and heal if needed. Should be a pretty straightforward fight. Skip or watch the cutscene afterwards. Next we'll head to this door over on the left into the library. In here you'll have to go through a kind of puzzle. Grab this red book on the floor and slot it into this red spot on the bookshelf. Head on upstairs and use the green trinity next to the bookshelf up here. This will knock down a yellow book, pick it up. There's a green book in the wrong spot over here, grab it. Jump back downstairs and put the yellow book in this slot. You'll find a blue book in the wrong spot down here. Grab it and switch it to the other side over here to open the bookcase. Put the green book you grabbed in the right side spot down here. Back upstairs on the table here, grab the orange tea book and put it in the shelf over here. Hit the button that becomes available, which opens the door up top over here. Now there is more to the library, but it is just optional stuff, so I won't be covering it in this guide at least. Go through the door at the top of the library and you'll be on this catwalk. You'll find candles along the side of the wall all along up here. Use the fire spell to light every candle. This will put out the fire in the middle up here, allowing you to grab the puzzle piece. This statue right here will ask you to show your crushing power, break the pots on either side of it. Another piece will be spat out into the fountain below. Find this statue right here with a red trinity in front of it. Use the trinity to push it off the balcony, which will put another puzzle piece below. And finally, find this statue up here that asks you to show your strength by moving it. Push it onto the green square. It will spawn a chest below. Either use Thunder on this electrical symbol up here to lower these bridge platforms, or simply just fly or jump across normally to retrieve the piece in the center up here. Jump down and grab the piece out of the fountain and the piece in the middle of the floor. Go over to this right catwalk and open the chest for the final piece. Run to the door in the middle and then put the pieces in the door. You'll have to do this one at a time. Skip or watch these cutscenes. Go through the main door to the lift stop and then head across to the castle gates. This area can be annoying as Heartless spawn on the platform in dangerous areas where you can't really melee them safely. I recommend using magic to defeat these Heartless if they're too close to the edge of the platform or, off of it. Falling will require you to retrace your steps. Once you can, interact with this thing to take an elevator up, then run across and interact with this one to get on the large platform. You'll get a few Heartless spawns as it traverses, defeat these waves. Once you get off, head through the door down here to the lift stop again, and then activate this thing to go up. Head into the new door to the Grand Crest. Interact with this one to go up. Now you'll find a door on your left and see a door up top. The door up top is where we're trying to go. Defeat the Heartless in this area until you can activate this one over here. This will lower one of the blocks on this side, and then go through the door back to the lift stop, and then head across the hallway to the high tower. Defeat the Heartless out here also, then interact with the other thing over here to lower the other block. Walk up the blocks that you lowered and go through up here back to the lift stop again. Head across this hallway to the castle chapel, and then skip or watch these cutscenes. Then you can run into the center of the room, and it's boss fight number 2 time with Maleficent. Like Riku, she's not actually really that dangerous either, but here's a breakdown of this fight. When she's floating in the air on her platform, you can hit the platform to cause it to be grounded, but the easiest way of doing this is just to cast gravity on the platform. Specifically, make sure you're targeting the platform and not Maleficent, otherwise it will not work. Then you can hit her for free following that for a few combos. She will try to swing at you with her staff every once in a while when you're up close. She will also randomly summon Defender Heartless throughout the fight. You can defeat these or attempt to avoid them. A quick way to remove most of their health is once again using the gravity spell on them. If you hear her shout Meteors of Heaven, she'll basically shoot out large orbs from behind her. Don't be in front of this area. Step off to the side and wait until she stops casting it. She actually didn't do one of her moves for me, so I have no footage of it, but if my memory serves right, she also can summon a storm cloud above herself, which will shoot out bolts of purple lightning down on you. Just run away or dodge roll out of these. This fight likely should be easy, but if you're having any issues with it, you can also just summon Tinkerbell, who is generally very strong, and will help you with healing you over time, as well as giving you one free revive in the fight. After the fight, skip or watch the cutscene, and then feel free to save, and that's where we're going to end off here, as we're just at over the halfway point for the footage for this visit of Hollow Bastion. Ultimately, the most dangerous and hard parts are remaining for the next part of this visit, so that second part may end up taking longer for certain people. In the next episode, we will tackle the remainder of Hollow Bastion, including the final fight with Maleficent, as well as the final fight with Riku. And we will return and do the final visit to Traverse Town also. I hope these guides help anyone that gets stuck on where to go, or are trying to get the achievements. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.